everybody, it's Monica with your best female figure, and today I have a really fun video packed full of exercises and tips. So I'm just gonna get started explaining everything that I'm doing in this video, and once it goes to regular speed, you can follow along if you want to. Alright, so these first three exercises that I'm doing are from a circuit in Corset Core Hourglass Waist Plan, and my body adapted to these exercises and circuits a long time ago, but I wanted to go through this plan again. So what I did is I made these exercises a lot more challenging. Now there are all kinds of ways that you can modify exercises to make them more challenging, and when you see how I've done that with these three exercises, you might think, whoa, that those don't look anything like the original exercises, but trust me, they are the same movement patterns. They're the same exercises, just done with different equipment and in a different way. So you got to remember that there are 7 basic movement patterns, and all movement, whether it's exercise or athletics or dance, is based on these 7 patterns. And when you understand how that all works, which is something that I explain in all my fitness plans, then you learn to kind of, make your workout your own. And that's kind of what this video is all about, is about, a freestyle of fitness that you can basically adapt to your needs and your preferences so that you can stay motivated with fitness for life. All right, so this first exercise is a front lunge single leg press. This is exactly the same as the squat to reverse lunge overhead press that you saw at the very beginning of this video. It's very challenging. It's a lot more challenging than that first exercise I was showing. You really got to rely on your deep abdominals, on really good back alignment. So keep those shoulder blades squeezing together as you're doing that press, and really contracting those deep abdominals to support that press. And then you really have to work very hard to come back up to standing. And one tip that you can incorporate if it helps you to focus a little bit more is to stick with one leg for half your reps and then switch out legs for the other half of the reps. So really it's the pressing that you count the reps on, and the lunging part is kind of like a nice bonus, and you're going to be doing more lunges, so don't have to worry about not getting enough repetitions of lunges. All right, now once you do as many reps as you can with good technique of that exercise, you're going to move on to a plank dive. So this is like a get up in reverse. Now get up, you're going from a laying back on your back position to jumping up to standing, and sometimes you're tossing a ball in the air as well. But with a plank dive, you're actually going to dive down to the ground and then pop up to standing, which is basically the opposite movement. So you're going to reverse lunge. Again, place your hands on the ground, kick one leg back up into that single leg down dog position, and then dive down until your stomach is completely on the floor, and then pop up to standing. This is a very challenging move because you have to be really careful about your low back. So a lot of core stability, again, a lot of upper back is involved in this, and your arms really have to work hard, to kind of cushion that fall so that you don't just splat down on the floor. Just be really fluid with your movement, and it can be really, really fun. Your cardiovascular and both your core are going to get an amazing challenge from this exercise. Okay, so once you do as many reps with great technique as you can of that, you're going to move on to the curtsy lunge to overhead raise using a TheraBand. Now this is the equivalent of doing a dumbbell swing. It may not look anything like that, but the curtsy lunge actually is kind of a combination between a squat and a lunge. And then that overhead pulling is very similar to when you're swinging a weight. It requires a whole lot of core stability and is very challenging. So that little band, which is a $9 little band, and it's nowhere near as menacing looking as a kettlebell or a big dumbbell, can really, give you an amazing upper body and core workout, as well as a lower body workout on some exercises that involve, lunging and squatting. You just have to really focus on excellent technique. So keep your back muscles engaged, keep your deep abdominals engaged, and keep all that weight in that front heel so that you're not putting any pressure on the knee or, the front of the thigh. Now, what if you've been working out every single day for 30 years like I have, and you need a lot more of a challenge, and body weight exercises and bands and dumbbells, sometimes don't provide that for you with certain exercises. If you take those exercises to the straps, I promise you're going to get 100 times more challenging workout. And straps are not that expensive right now. You can get a pair of straps for like $30 or $40, and if you hook them to your ceiling like I have in my living room, in a space that allows you to move around in a circle, you're going to have a lot more fun with these straps. As you can see, these are the exact same movements that I was just doing in the previous circuit. So it's front lunge to single leg press, switching legs at the middle, and then you're going to do that reverse lunge to plank dive, popping back up to standing. That particular exercise is incredibly challenging. I actually was doing this for the last couple of weeks, and when I started, I was really struggling to get up from the laying down position, and my arms were sore for days after that, my triceps and my upper back as well, and my butt. So this is an amazing workout. And then, obviously you can also see that pulling, which is similar, to a swinging or pulling of bands. And I'm doing it from kind of a side lunging position, where I'm dipping the hip down and then pulling myself towards the straps and then revolving around in a circle and doing the other side, just because it was really fun to, alternate from side to side. But you don't have to do that. You can do whatever you want. Like I said before, freestyle is all about adapting things and making them work for you so that you can have fun with your workouts and stay motivated and keep getting results for life, not just for a few weeks or a few months, but forever. Now, before I go, because I am losing my voice right now, I want to share one last tip with you guys about cardio intervals. So when you do your circuits from any of the fitness plans at Best Female Figure, you will always have the option of adding cardio intervals at the end if that's something that you're needing for, added fat burning, or maybe you're working on an endurance goal for an upcoming event or something. There are many ways that you can do that. Obviously, a lot of people rely on, just sprinting on treadmills or outdoors, or using a jump rope, which I personally kind of have adapted to the jump rope and find it really, really boring. So I don't do those things anymore, because if I had to do that kind of stuff, or burpees or push or just regular push-ups, I would just quit working out, because I find that stuff just really boring. I did it a long time ago, and like I said, you have to keep things interesting for yourself. So anyways, one of the ways that I do that is I get my cardio intervals going with the straps. So I jump around, do all kinds of jumping around, as you can see in the video, and I just do random intervals. I don't time them. I just do any amount of reps that I want of anything, and when I start to get tired, I take a 10-second break, and then I go back and I do it for anywhere from 4 to 8 minutes, depending on what kind of energy level I have that day. And that is also a really great way to change up your workout and stay motivated, is to just allow yourself the freedom to play around with your intervals. So that's another tip that you can incorporate into any fitness plan that you're doing to stay consistent and continue getting amazing body results. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and that it has been helpful. I will be back very soon with more exercises and tips to help you sculpt your best female figure. Thank you guys so much for watching.